by their slave names. And I find it interesting that Daniel was Daniel's Hebrew name. His slave name was Belshazzar. That's easy to say, right? That was his slave name, but we don't remember him by his slave name. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, we call them by their slave names. But these men, as we're fixing to find out in Daniel chapter 3, they didn't much act like slaves. Well, similarly, this is what's happening here to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They got promoted, and people didn't like it. Have you ever had that happen to you? Something good happened in your life, whether it be on the job or in relationships or whatever it is, and then you just sort of get that look from people. Who are they? I deserve that. I deserve to be happy. I deserve their blessing or that thing or this thing. Jealousy's going on right here. Verse 15. Now, if you be ready, at what time when you hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship the image that I have made. Now watch this, and it says, well, you're going to be all right. That's fine. Maybe you didn't understand the first time. I'm going to give you another opportunity. Get the band ready. All right, you boys ready? He was giving them an opportunity again. How many times does the devil come to us and give us opportunity again? You drove, right? You drove past the liquor store one time, but can you pass two? You flipped past that channel one time, but can you go by it again? He's giving them another opportunity to walk away from their conviction and their belief. And he asks the question, who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? These young men were put in a position that was much greater than anything that they could deal with. It wasn't a matter about their intellect. They'd already been promoted. They were showing that they were doing a good job, but still they're facing the fiery furnace. They had been proven in Daniel chapter 1. We find that they were found favorable, better than everybody else, but yet they found themselves facing a fiery furnace. Was it because that they did something wrong? No. We can't find that they did anything wrong. Was it because they had a bad attitude or something like that? No. But sometimes when either personally or certainly when we see it in other people, we see them facing these fiery trials, one of the first things that we do, what did you do? Right? Oh, you must have done something. No, you don't have to do anything to face a fiery trial. So threatened with the fiery furnace, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, their Hebrew names. They made this declaration. Shadrach, Meshach, verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. And this was their conviction. We are not careful to answer thee in this matter. Verse 17. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning, fiery furnace. And he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. They said, we are convinced that God is able. Do you see that? God has the ability to save. But watch this. Verse 18. But if not. But if not. Be it known unto thee, O king, we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which you have set up. We are so convinced that we are willing to stand and face this certain death that God can deliver us. He is able to deliver us, but even if we're not delivered, even if we still are facing this fiery trial, God, I believe you're able to heal of cancer, but even if you don't, God was able to, but even if you don't, God, we're still going to worship you. We're not going to back down. We're not going to be like Job's wife has suggested to him, to curse God and die. We're not going to do that. God, we're so committed to you that we're going to walk this walk regardless of anything else that's going on in my life. God, I know you're able, but even if you don't, you're still God. I'm still going to worship you. I'm still going to do the things that you tell us to do in your word. I'm going to follow that path that you've put in my life. I'm going to walk in the purpose that you've placed in my heart. I've got to follow after you. But if not, some people refer to it the but if not kind of faith. But I wonder how many of us have got the but if not kind of faith. I'm going to keep asking. I'm going to keep believing. I'm going to keep praying. And we're going to keep going. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, but if not, be it known unto thee, O King, we will not serve, we will not bow, we will not bend and break. We need that kind of faith today more than ever. As they were taking them to the top of this furnace, and by the way, this wasn't just like some kind of heater or whatever. This was most likely, again, we don't know for sure, but it's most likely an industrial furnace that they would build to fire bricks and to dry bricks and get them ready as they were building all their infrastructure in Babylon. So this was a big furnace. And it was so hot that the men that were taking them up to the edge died. But here goes Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego bound, still having their faith in God. And it's not enough that they're facing the fiery furnace. It's not enough that their faith itself was being tested in the God that they knew was able, but yet here we're marching. God, I know you can fix this. God, I know you can fix this. And here they go. They keep going. They're getting closer. And now the people that's trying to push them in, it's so hot that they're dying.
So did they just jump on in, you think?
Well, the Bible tells us. Apparently, they were right at the edge of the place. It says that these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. So the men got them close enough, probably shoved them, and as they were shoving, they got burned up. But here Shadrach, Meshach are bound. We know that they went in bound, and then the next thing that we see is that there's three men that went in. Nebuchadnezzar said, didn't we throw three in here? That's right. He said, but now there's four. Now there's four. The point is that this fiery trial that was meant to scare them was the place that God needed them to be to loosen them, to glorify His name. So did Jesus just get in the fire with them, or was he with them beforehand? But I would rather say that he was with them beforehand, but that he was revealed in the fire. Nebuchadnezzar couldn't see Jesus in their life until he saw them in the fire. The people that God's trying to reach in your life, they can't see what God's done for you until they see you in that test, in that place. Yes, yeah. And you're loose, you're right, you're changed, you're loose, and there's something different about you. See, that's the but if not kind of faith. God, I know you're able, but even if I go through this, God says, look at what I can do. See, the princes and Nebuchadnezzar had invited all these people because he thought he was going to show off how awesome he was. But really, when everything shook down, it just showed how awesome God was. The devil may have some things aimed at you that he thinks is going to show how big and bad he is, but I'm telling you, if we can walk in this but if not faith, and even if we face the fire, even if we're in that place, God will receive the glory.